Hello, Formula One fans all around the globe. You are in Paddock headquarters. Thank you for watching the program. After a long summer break, we had the Dutch Grand Prix today. It was very exciting. Of course, we start off with a big congratulations to Max Verstappen and Team Red Bull. Even if you hate them, 9 wins in a row. It was a historic win, a historic race, home crowd. Very, very good job, as Max continues to show that he is unbeatable right now, and he just does not make mistakes. Really, really good job to Max. You have to give him the credit for the credit that is due. Now, the big story really, well, so many storylines. First of all, the weather. We went from wet conditions to dry conditions. There was a period of stoppage for a while, wet conditions, back and forth, a lot of strategy, a lot of guessing, a lot of tire changes. It was just a great, great race. I prefer a race in the dry with all the cars just gunning it out full speed. But this race, I will probably watch this race again from start to finish, just because there was so much going on at the beginning of the race, in the middle, at the end. It was just really, really fascinating. All of the decisions, some of the teams blew it. Others really hit it well, got some points. It was a great, great race day. So let me just talk about that. After Max Verstappen, convincing win, no problem for him. Really, really just untouchable. Then we had Fernando bringing Aston Martin back to the podium with a great car today, showing that if anybody is going to be in a position to challenge Max a couple races from now, it might just be Fernando to be the guy to take him down. So really great job for Fernando. His teammate, Lance Stroll, he was not in the points today. He underperformed, but Aston Martin really did a great job. It just really shows Fernando going to that team, everything he's done, and what really a historic season for him as well, as he continues to hit these podiums. He is clearly the most advanced, or at least the most mature, experienced driver on the grid today because of his age, but he does not look it. Coming in third place was Pierre Gasly. Both of the Alpines finished in the points. A really much needed weekend for Alpine, but congratulations to Pierre Gasly hitting the podium. He was very excited. He earned it. There was some, Perez was in there for a minute, but he had gotten a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. But Pierre Gasly also got a 5-second penalty early on, overcomes it, and Pierre Gasly for Alpine hits the podium, third place, in a much, much needed win for morale, spirit, and for the team over there at Alpine. Ocon came in 10th, I believe. He got the last final point. After Gasly, we had Sergio Perez, underperforming weekend for him. There's no way to really sugarcoat it. At one point, he was in the lead. It's just, I mean, there may have been some strategy talk that might have helped him, but ultimately it was him and the car, and he really should have gotten a podium. He didn't. It was a very tricky day, but not much more you can say about it. He's got a really fast car, and this weekend was a bad weekend for him, coming off the last weekend where he podiumed at the race before. So that being said, for Perez, Carlos Sainz in the Ferrari had a terrible weekend. Even though Carlos hits the points in the 5th position, their communication and their strategy back and forth is just terrible. And Fred Vasseur tries to put a positive spin on it, like this is the team, we're all working through it, but you can't hide it anymore. The strategy, the calls, the unfortunate, it's just so bad for Ferrari. Charles Leclerc ends up not finishing. He couldn't retire. He had to retire the car. I think he had some damage underneath, but the strategy and the communication between the drivers and the engineers and the sporting directors and everyone at Ferrari is just really at a low point, and it doesn't seem to be getting better, which has got to be just killing the Ferrari fans, because otherwise they would have a car that is pretty quick. Lewis Hamilton has a good day. He gets in well, it's not a great day. Mercedes really should always be competing for second, third, and fourth. And, he got into points. Russell had some problems. Russell didn't finish in the points. But Lewis Hamilton is really trying at this point, and he still doesn't have a contract. Lewis Hamilton still does not have a contract. So very interesting there. But he comes in sixth place. He gets some points. Did he underperform? Yeah, but it was just a crazy day. So I don't know what's going on with Mercedes. After that, we had Lando Norris. Lando and Piastri, 7 and 9. Both McLarens finish in the points again. Not where they would have wanted to be. They certainly would have wanted Lando fighting for a podium spot, if not outright challenging Max at some point. So it's a mixed bag for McLaren. They both underperformed, even though Piastri is a rookie. However, they both at least finished in the points, and they keep moving forward. So that's the deal for the McLaren team. Albon for Williams continues to overperform. Really just incredible. Got everybody looking at him in that Williams car. At one point, he was really up much higher. And it looked like, because of the rain and the stoppages, ultimately he ends up in the 8th position. But it's in the points. And Williams creates a little breathing room as they secure that 7th position in the Constructors' title. So now you've got, AlphaTauri, Haas, and Alfa Romeo are behind them. A really great position for Williams to be in. On the other side, there's no way to spin Logan Sargent's weekend. He started in 10th place. At the beginning of the race, he immediately got bullied, fell back to like 17th, 18th position. Really was not competitive at all. And ultimately, he's the first one to retire the car as he hits the wall. Has to do better. I am a fan of Logan Sargent here. I pull for him. He's an American. But there's no way to defend this weekend race. It was just one he needs to forget as fast as possible after starting in the 10th position. Hopefully next race, which we'll talk about, where they both, the Williams has a good shot to do well, but man, really, really disappointing for Logan Sargent. But nevertheless, congratulations to Albon. Alex continues to put that team on his back and work that car through. He comes in 8th. We talked about Piastri coming in 9th, and Esteban Ocon was 10th. He was the second Alpine that came in. Both Alpines in the points. Both McLarens in the points. Really, really good job. Only one Mercedes was in the points. Only one Ferrari was in the point. Only one Aston Martin was in the points. So both Red Bulls, of course, get up in there. But it was a great, great race. I'll talk a little bit more about it as we go through the week, just because there's so much to talk about with the weather and the Constructors' title and the drivers and where everybody is and Charles Leclerc and Ferrari. Just a lot going on. But like I said, I'll probably watch the whole race again. I'll put it on in the background while I'm doing some work because it was just so much to learn and watch with the weather and the tires and the changing and the strategy. Really, really great race to come back from after the summer break. So let me know what you think. I know you Fernando fans are happy out there. Let me know what you think. Put something in the comments. I will see you tomorrow. Paddock Headquarters out.